Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the Daily Lessons. This is Yusha, and we're going to be presenting episode number 7 today. And today we're going to be talking about how to breathe properly. Okay, so I read this book a few months ago. It was called Breathe by James Nestor. And there's two things that I actually included, two takeaways that I got from the book that I actually implemented into my life, which made a huge difference in my health, just overall. I do recommend everybody checking out that book. It does have some outlandish elements which don't really seem believable at the very end, but overall a really great book. So I do recommend it, and I do recommend you read into it and about this epidemic that pretty much 98% of the population is facing today. And just because we're not breathing properly, and how that actually changes your facial structures as well. So I'm going to get into it. It's going to be super simple, super quick, but I promise you need to try this and observe it and look at the benefits that you have in your daily life as well. So the very first thing, like the book like the book title says itself, breathe. Right now, unfortunately, most of us, we start breathing from our mouths, especially when we're tired or just taking a walk or just in daily life in general, right? I was a huge mouth breather as well, and it's not something that you will notice until you actually have somebody point that out to you, right? So I recommend, first of all, you need to start breathing with your nose, right? It's much harder than actually expected because you're just not used to it. Now, a few reasons why you need to start breathing from your nose is, number one, that's what your nose was made for, right? Your mouth was not made for breathing itself. Your mouth was made for consuming food. What happens is that whenever we breathe through our mouths, the mouth doesn't have the proper filters that the nose does to actually catch all the bacteria before it enters our body, which actually leads us to be more sick as well. And I have a personal testament to that because before I read the book, I was a huge mouth breather, and I ended up falling sick like every single month for some reason. Like, it was just always something. Like, the cold will come around and I would just be gone. I would be in bed and I would just be completely useless, right? After I read the book, I started breathing through my nose and I felt much better. I didn't get that sick that often either. Even when I did get sick, I recovered quite quickly, but I don't think that has anything to do with breathing properly, like recovering quickly. But I do think that just me not getting sick in the first place has a lot to do with me breathing properly, because I'm actually using my nose, so all the bacteria actually gets filtered out and it's not entering my body in the first place, so I'm not getting sick in the first place, right? So that was the number one significant impact that I saw after starting to breathe with my nose itself, right? Even when I am, for example, playing pickleball or basketball or just running, I try my best to breathe with my nose, even if I have to take very heavy breaths. I don't take it with my mouth. I just take it with my nose. And because of this, I do think that my lung capacity is getting better. I feel less fatigued when I'm actually exercising as well, which is great because that just means that I have longer endurance, so I can run longer, I can play sports for longer, right? And I think everybody needs to start breathing from their nose just because of the health benefits itself. Also, not to mention, I'm just going to throw a side note out there. The book talks about this as well. James Nestor's book talks about this as well, but I'm not going to go too deep into it because I don't exactly understand the science behind it. But when you breathe through your mouth, your jaw actually gets smaller for some reason. And that's insane to think about because your jaw gets smaller. So you see how a lot of people have like crooked teeth, right? In their mouth, or their mouth is just super overcrowded. Well, it's not because we've actually evolved and gotten bigger teeth. No, it's because we've evolved and we've got smaller jaws. Some factors that play into it, like I already mentioned, breathing from your mouth. Another one that played a lot into it is also eating processed foods as well. If you eat a lot of processed food or just a lot of mushy food, like applesauce, for example, then since you're not using your jaw muscle that much to, chew on the rough and raw meat that that our ancestors used to, your jaw automatically gets smaller, which causes overcrowdedness of teeth, which is why you have braces. And then, some people have to have their wisdom teeth removed and everything. And it's just a whole epidemic of things that people are facing at the moment as we speak. And the book dives into it. It's great science. Honestly, I think if I can understand it, and I'm not the smartest guy in the world, then you can definitely understand it as well. So check out that book. It dives in deeper to that. And the second thing that I believe that I implemented, which has caused a huge change in my life and my energy, is literally taping my mouth while sleeping. Now, I know it sounds crazy, but I promise you there's a lot of health benefits. It also gets rid of snoring, and I was a huge snorer, or at least I was told. And what happens essentially is that once you tape your mouth, you obviously are blocking an entire airway, right, in your sleep. Now, obviously, you cannot control in your sleep if you're breathing through your mouth or breathing through your nose. So to counteract that, you just have to shut one off, right? So shut your mouth off with some tape, and I can link the tape down below as well. It's not like your classic tape. It's like some surgery tape. I'm not exactly sure what it's called, but it doesn't smell. It doesn't taste like anything either. It's not nasty. You just put it on your mouth, and throughout the night, you're hopefully just going to keep on breathing through your nose in your sleep. Now, it might take some time to actually get used to it. It might take a few days, maybe a week, maybe 2 weeks, right? For you mentally to get used to it, and for your body to physically get used to it as well. But the benefits are immense. I have always struggled with sleep. I've only slept about an average of like 5 or 6 hours a night. I don't really average more than that because, bad habits. But because of this, I really do feel more energized whenever I do wake up. And I've tested this theory out as well, because I thought that maybe it's some other lifestyle changes that I've been making that are, causing me to feel more energized when I wake up in the morning. But no, I'll go days without wearing the tape on my mouth, and then days with wearing the tape on my mouth, and the benefits are extraordinary. I do fundamentally believe that if you cover your mouth with tape, it's getting rid of snoring. Hopefully, the book also talks about it can get rid of people's sleep apnea. I personally don't suffer from sleep apnea, so I don't know how I would be able to test that. It is a bold claim as well, but James Nestor, he makes a lot of bold claims, but I'm just telling you what I have experienced personally. So learn how to breathe properly. Just keep on breathing through your nose. You'll feel much better, especially during exercise as well. What else? And tape your mouth while sleeping at night. I promise you it's going to improve the quality of your sleep by a lot. You're going to have a stronger immune system, maybe just by 5%, but 5% is a lot, man. If I could tell you that, hey, you're going to get sick 5% less. I don't know exactly how I can put the math, but you're going to get sick 5% less, then you'd probably take that deal, especially if I'm just telling you that you need to breathe through your nose instead of breathing through your mouth. It's an easy hack. It's not costing you anything at all. So you're definitely going to feel less fatigued as well, and you're going to wake up more refreshed with the same amount of sleep. So try these 2 hacks. Learn how to breathe properly. Put some tape on your mouth while sleeping. I'll link the book down below as well, just in case if you want to check it out. And I'll also link down the tape that I use. It's on Amazon. It doesn't cost that much either. But anyways, this was the Daily Lessons podcast, of course. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, please. That's all that I'm asking for. That's all that I want from you as well. And thank you so much for your time. I hope you enjoyed this. And let me know in the comments whatever you guys would like to hear next. Okay, everybody. Take care. This is Yusha signing out.